Right. Hi, everyone, and welcome to another Tuesday talk session. And in today's session, what I want to do is I want to take you through one of my favorite AI-driven content writing apps. And I'll tell you why it's my favorite because it's one of the tools that can help me scale my content writing skills in others as well. So I don't want to be the only person writing good content, but what this tool does is it kind of allows me to pass on my knowledge or pass on the way I think and get the content written from someone else without actually spending my time trying to explain it to the other person. And that's something that's very interesting, and that's the reason why I love this tool as well, because it not just helps me, but it kind of helps everybody else out there. And that's what I want to basically take you through, and it's very interesting. So before we get started, let's just browse online, and let me take you through where you can download it so that you can get started with it. So here's my browser, so I'm just going to head there. All right, so this is something that I've just browsed right now. I hope you can see my screen. Yeah. Okay, so this is something that I've browsed right now. This is the keyword that I'm trying to do, and you can see um, um, all of these listing. That's the regular SERP. Now, before you understand this, here are some of the key pointers. Now, what you see over here, the first link over here, or the first part of it, is obviously the URL where you will actually land to. The second one is what you see right now at this point of time is basically this is the title or the meta title. So in case you don't put a meta title, it will actually show the title of the page, and then you have the description or the meta description. So in case you put a meta description, then it's kind of going to show you the meta description or the description of the page here. And then you have a ratings feature, and there are a lot of other features like that. So you can see over here there is another one that's kind of showing this thing. All right. So let's go into the platform. So you kind of get an idea from the platform as well. So I'm going to switch my screen to the platform. So I've been working on an article, and I'd like to share that article link or show you the article as well. So let us switch to the article right now. And what you can see here is one of the articles that I have written in the past. Okay, and what this tool does is, I think I forgot to share with you where you can download it. So what you do is you just go to Ink SEO, or you can just search for Ink SEO. You're going to get the first thing called inkforall.com, and you can just click on that, go to the website, and kind of download the software. Okay, so this is basically what the tool is about. So you can see it talks about being the first AI web content writing or the content optimization platform meant for writers. Currently, this is for free. So even if you go to pricing, it's for free at the moment. So you can just download it and give it a shot. You will have to create an account to actually take advantage of it.
And
So let's
download
let's
the
just
software.
sorry, stop that. Okay. All right. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to get onto. I think I've not actually shared this with you. Hold on. Yeah. So you can see over here. Um, I think I forgot to shift the screen. I'm just going to do that again. So you can see over here where we have inkforall.com. You can actually Google it as well. You can just search for Ink SEO, and you're going to find that as the first listing. That's right over here. And then you can, once the website loads, this is what you get to see. Um, and let's get into the platform right now. Okay. So I'm just going to shut this part off. I'm going to shut this part off as well. Great. So let's get into the software right now. So once I open the software, I can start off writing. So I'm going to put the title over here. So this is the title that I've written right now, and then you can see the subtitle as well as the whole article that I've written. So this is just an about of the agency. So this is something that you can see, which is of quite a long article, and actually it's this long because ink made me write, right? So it's quite um, difficult to write a small article right now because ink platform will not allow you to write a small article. It'll ask you it, and it'll kind of get you to think about what will make sure that your article will actually start getting ranked better. And the more information you throw in, it kind of works in your favor. So let's start with the tool. So as you can see here, these are on the left side. You have options where you can see my account. You can see you can create a new file. You have an outline view. You've got the shortcuts view and the change log and unfinished sessions. Nevertheless, over here you get to see the undo and the redo button. You get to see the subheading. You can see heading 3, heading 4. This is the H4, H2 tags, or the HTML tags. If you are putting a quote, then yes, there is a quote button for it. You've got bold, italics, underline, pretty much everything that's there in a word editor. So these are some of the simple things that you can see. And what I really love about this particular platform, let me just check once again if the screen is viewable. Yes, it is. All right. So one of the most interesting things I like about this platform is on the extreme right. So you can see here that there are two things. There is one which is grammar. So you can click on that, and in case there are any grammatical errors, whether it is passive voice, whether you're using too many adverbs, whether you are, grammatically the sentence is too long, so that it kind of is not able to, kind of help the user understand. These are things that will that the software will actually automatically throw up and it'll make you correct, right? So these are things that you don't really when you start writing, and if you're using too many adverbs or you're having too much of passive voice, it kind of will come and kind of help you add value, so that or by removing these kind of additional adverbs or additional passive voice structures. So this way your quality of writing kind of improves. Okay, what I'm more interested in is the other side of it, which is the SEO side of it, because the SEO side of it first tells you saying, hey, you know what, just drop in a keyword, and once you drop in a keyword, it's going to start doing, it's going to crawl the web, and it'll try to get you of a certain kind of feedback, which is driven by AI, so it's algorithmic. So it's going to give you feedback based on what are the things that are missing, what are the things that you have to kind of cover up on. So as you can see over here, I've just done a particular. I just put a keyword over here, and you can see here it's 10% more likely to rank in top 10. That's what it says. And then you have over here, it says one word task. So I click on optimize, and it tells me, okay, what is the word task that's out there? So it tells me currently readability grade is 11.23, aim for 11 to make it easier to read. And then there are some of the tasks that I've already completed, like 1098 word count, zero spelling suggestions, zero grammar suggestions, headline to be, so this is the headline on the left, that to be 70 characters or fewer. And then you have proper use of subheadings, no sections over 300 words long. There are about 28 adverbs. There is about 6 passive voices, 0 hard to read, difficult, or hard to read sentences, 0 very hard to read sentences. These are the kind of variations that you can. These are the kind of suggestions that the platform already gives, and it kind of works in your favor to an extent. It kind of helps you understand, saying that okay, you just fill those or you just remove those gaps, and you are this close to actually getting ranked better. And the idea over here, the way I look at it, is that one, it helps me relook at my article or rethink my article in a way that it becomes easier for the other person to read. So I kind of structure the article better. If there is not enough clarity, then that basically comes in. So you can see the same thing if I basically look at optimize at the document level, and over here at the document level, it tells me saying consider adding an image. Now, when I'm writing an article, I would generally not think about an image, but it tells me over here saying you need to add an image, and once you add an image, that's when your score increases. So, and it kind of tells me right now it's 94% topically complete, aim for 100%. So the better I write and the better the score, better my better the article is depends on how complete the article is. This is something that the platform has suggested and is telling me, saying, okay, you need to basically even make your article, you could, or there is a potential for you to make it even better. Okay, and then you have something called as meta title. So you can click on that, and you can see, as you can see over here, I've already added my meta title. And the same way, it kind of tells you, saying how many words are you adding. So you can see meta description, and you can see over here where I've written an article, where I've written a paragraph, and it kind of has a limit, or it puts a limit. So in case you go overboard, it tells, saying that your meta description is too long, or if you go a little lesser, then it kind of tells, saying that, okay, it's too short. So these are things that kind of give you a sense of guidance, and I wanted to share. So let's get into some more depths. And I actually ran this through my SEO team as well, and they came with some interesting facts, which I thought I would want to share with you. So, besides doing these regular activities, right? So let's say it's asking me things like, you've used a key phrase in your first paragraph, and these are things that are core, and these are related, and they kind of help improve on your SEO score. So these are things that algorithmically it's able to kind of detect, and it kind of helps the content writer or the person writing the article. It's not necessarily it's always a content writer, but it can be anyone who's writing an article, maybe even a blogger who's writing an article. It kind of helps you write better, and that's the way I look at it. I don't look at it from a perspective of, this is guaranteed. Okay, this is guaranteed that, okay, if I do it this way, then it's going to happen. So I don't believe in that. The way I look at it is from a perspective of, um, uh, to improve your article so that the user understands it better. And obviously, as the user understands it better, and it's SEO structured as well, it kind of helps reach out to your target audience as well. So let me just look. So I currently spoke about a lot of pros, right? So I'm going to talk about a bit of cons that were pointed out by my SEO team, and it was quite intriguing as well. So one of the cons that this platform currently has, it's still in beta. So um, uh, I'm sure that there are going to be improvements as well. So one of the cons that this platform, which is currently freely available to download and freely able to test it out, has is there's no plagiarism checker, there's no duplicate article checker. So let's say you copy and paste an article of someone else, or you copy and paste an article of, let's say, a paragraph of someone else. There's absolutely no way to check that. I'm sure that they would probably release this as part of, coming up with a paid version, or I don't know what they have in plans, but this is something that I've noticed. Besides that, there is uh, one of the points that my SEO team actually raised was that there's no reason why there is an emphasis on having lesser adverbs or having lesser passive voices. But from my perspective, I see this as having too much of passive voice and having too many adwords kind of dilutes the article. Yes, it's good from, let's say, from perspective of writing good short format copy, but I think when you're writing a long article, um, I really like the approach that the Ink platform takes. But okay, let's go to the next one. So the next one is, they say that meta titles and meta descriptions, the trends in Google are changing, so it's okay to go a little overboard than the limit that has been set by Ink. And this is because the trends in Google search are changing, and a lot of people and Google itself is kind of focusing on having longer titles and longer descriptions. So, from that perspective, I would actually start off by making sure that we occupy 100%, or you just don't go overboard, but you at least can start off or reach over there to 100%. That's the way I look at it. And the last part is these a few of these elements which you can see over here, and which you could actually see when I showed you on the screen. It says 94% topically complete, right? And if you go on that, if you hover over the mouse over that small I dot or the information dot, it talks about, this is an AI tool, and um, yada yada yada. It keeps telling you stuff without actually telling you what you need to fix, right? So sometimes it kind of frustrates you, because you've reached the score. Let's say I've reached 91, and you saw that on the first screen when we started off this video. But it does not tell you how do you, let's say if this was the problem, it tells you saying that okay, if you're topically complete and it's not, it's 94%, how do I reach 100%? That's something that it currently does not tell you. And it's the same thing when you go to, let's say, I go back and I come over here and it tells you over here readability grade, right? It tells you 11.23 is your current readability grade. You need to actually bring it down to 11, which means you've got to make it easier to read. Now, with this particular sentence, I have no clue right now at this very stage which part of the sentence in my entire article, which is about 1,000 words long, which part is actually very difficult to read. And that's a challenge that I still have with Ink. But like I said, it's a beta tool. They still haven't actually activated their pricing, and I'm sure that they're still working on it and they're still trying to refine the platform. So it would be interesting to see what they come up with. All right. So if you see some of the other suggestions that are over here, it tells you 6 passive voice, aim for 8 or fewer. If you see all of them, it actually kind of highlights you which sentence in the whole article has the problem or has the passive voice. But if you were to look at something like a readability grade, it's very difficult because it does not tell you what makes the article readability grade to be 11.23 and how do you actually bring down that fraction to actually stay under 11, right? So that's basically the difficult part. It kind of tells you, okay, you need to skim through the whole article, and it kind of puts a pressure trying to achieve that perfect score. So that's it for today. I hope you liked the Ink SEO writing tool, content writing tool. If you liked it, just share your feedback in the comments section. And if you did not like it, then please do share what's not to like about it. Anyway, this is something that I personally like, because like I said earlier, for me it becomes easier when I'm going to tell someone to write an article. I'm just going to tell them, okay, I need to make sure that your score is above 90. Just make sure your score is above 90 using this particular article and write the blog article for me. I don't want you to write any article that does not have a score above 90. And that's all I need to do, because I know that when someone has to actually score a 90, they actually have to go through all of these steps, right? So from a scalability perspective, I really love this app. So that's what I wanted to do. I wanted to conclude this session, and I look forward to seeing you in the next Tuesday talk session. All right. Thank you so much. Thank you for your time, and have